Welcome Easier Swing family. Today I'm going to talk to you about winter golf. It's the first cold, hard frost of the winter, and that can make the game more difficult for a lot of golfers. So I want to show you how to get through the winter with a nice, easy swing ready for next season. I'm going to show you in this video some simple things to work on to make sure that your game remains in good shape ready for next spring. And that's coming up in this video right now. So what we're talking about here, the ball is sitting a little bit low down, close to the ground. This is typical of what happens in the winter. There's less grass around, there's more mud, there's frost, there's all sorts of reasons why that ball is closer to the ground and it's a bit more challenging. I'm going to try and play a shot out of this lie and let's see what actually happens. Oh, struggled, it's not come out well. So that's typical of what happens in the winter. You get a load of mud comes out and the ball doesn't go the proper distance. But let's look and see what we could have done alternatively to that. So if we think about where the ball was lying there and just put a tee peg down in the ground, which is what you can do when you come up to a golf ball in the winter. You can use winter rules. You're allowed to move the ball on the fairway within 6 inches of where it's lying, not nearer the hole. So what I could have done was to, first of all, make sure there is no mud on the golf ball, make sure you clean it first. And secondly, find a spot within 6 inches there. Now look at that, the ball's sitting up a lot better. And that's going to be a much easier shot for me to play. So you're not cheating yourself. What you are doing is you're making that shot a little bit easier than it would have been sitting in that low position. I know it doesn't look very different, but it is very, very different in terms of how many good golf shots you're going to be able to play. And if through the winter, the number of good shots you hit drops down to a lower level, that's going to start chipping away at your confidence. It's going to start making you get it more tense in your swing, and that starts to really eat away at your game. And as I said, we want to come out of this by the end of the winter, building the confidence ready for next spring and into your game next year. So play the ball from that kind of lie. You're going to find it much easier. But what you can also do is just as something to think about is that if you're playing friendly golf in the winter, don't be frightened to tee the ball up as well. I'll just show you here. Just going to pop the ball on a low tee peg, maybe half an inch off the ground. Now, that's a really easy shot by comparison. So if your confidence is starting to drop and you need a bit of a boost during the winter, don't be frightened to tee the ball up for a few shots and get yourself playing properly again. You have to obviously agree that with your friends that you're playing with, but if it's friendly golf, why not? It's all about making your game easier through the winter. So if you've just found Easier Swing, just come and join the thousands of golfers around the world who are finding an easier way to play the game. It's not technical, it's not difficult, anybody can do it and you can improve your game in the simplest possible way. You just need to check out our website, easierswing.com. You can sign up for our newsletter. We've also got the Positive Impact Golf book there where you can download the first few chapters and get a look at that, see what you think. And if you want to, you can get the rest of the book, and you can also have a look at our new book, The Easier Swing in Golf. So I hope you enjoy those resources. easierswing.com. So if you're thinking about playing off this kind of lie, why does it make such a difference to you? Well, the fact is that a lot of golfers tend to strike the ground either under the ball or even slightly behind the golf ball. The better players tend to strike the ground this side of the golf ball, so the club is actually descending as it's hitting the ball. Ordinary golfers, a lot of them are actually hitting the ground sort of just under the ball. Well, in summer conditions, when the grass is nice and fluffy, it doesn't really matter too much. But when it's winter and it's either frosty, muddy, wet, any of those conditions, you won't get away with that. It will actually really affect your shot. And you walk away thinking, what's gone wrong? That's affected my confidence. I don't feel very good. And we don't want that to happen. We want you to build your confidence throughout the winter. So I'm going to play the shot from this preferred lie. I've used the winter rules. I've got the ball sitting up now. And hopefully now this is a lot easier than it was off that poor lie. And there we have a much better result. Okay, so here we are. I've teed the ball up. Why are we going to do that? Well, we're not out here trying to break any records. We're not trying to get our handicaps down, try and win competitions. We're just out here to enjoy our game and try and hold our confidence through the winter into next spring. So here I'm going to just play it off the tee peg, a nice easy swing. That was lovely, enjoyed that. So what's the big takeaway from today's video? It's actually to make sure that you use the winter rules to place the ball in the best position you possibly can, to make that little bit easier so that you can stay relaxed in your swing. As I said, you can place the ball, you make sure you clean it, take any mud off the ball itself as well, but also don't be frightened to tee it up, because in winter golf, when you're playing friendly golf, teeing the ball up is just going to make it so much easier for your swing and for your game, and that will carry your confidence through into next spring, next summer, ready for the proper game you're going to play through the summer next year. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you have, please remember to like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video next week.